This video will contain spoilers for Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The mission to steal the Death Star plans was the first major victory of the Rebel Alliance, but their success came with a heavy loss of life. We all know about Jyn, Cassian, K2, Chirrut, Baze, and Bodhi, but what about the other troopers and pilots that gave their lives? These are the unsung heroes of Rogue One. Sergeant Rue Scott Melshi was in command of the Pathfinders, the rebel troops on the ground at the Battle of Scarif. He was also the man that broke Jyn out of prison that she then hit with a shovel. Lieutenant Tydu Cephala technically outranked Melshi, but deferred to Cassian's decision to put Melshi in charge since the mission was more suited to the sergeant's skill set. Corporal Pao was a Drabadan from the planet Pipada. Before joining the rebellion, he was training to become an engineer. When the Empire displaced his people, he trained in explosives, and his knowledge in structural dynamics helped him know how to best take down Imperial structures. Corporal Eskro Kasryk was a known thrill-seeker, having undergone many adventures throughout the galaxy. He saw the mission to Scarif as another adrenaline trip, and his attitude was somewhat annoying to his squad mates. Corporal Storden Tonk was known as Storty to his friends. He stayed with the cargo shuttle and vowed to have Bodhi's back on the mission. Corporal Jav Mephron was with the rebels since their days on Dantooine and helped clear out the jungle brush that had overtaken the Great Temple on Yavin 4. He enjoyed wildlife and appreciated Scarif's beautiful environment. Corporal Serchil Rostock was a sniper armed with an A300 blaster. He was nicknamed Rostock the Rock because he was able to hold his breath for over 15 minutes and sit incredibly still to improve his accuracy. Private Basterin was originally a farmer from the Innoit sector, the same area of the galaxy as Hoth and Cloud City. He was a spotter for Rostock. Private Yash Kalfor was a demolitions expert that had ear implants that compensated for hearing loss he suffered due to his work with explosives. Private Farsin Capel was a recon specialist that was never put on the front lines until Scarif. Corporal Bistan was an Iakaru from Iakar. He was outgoing and popular with the other rebels. He joined the Alliance 6 months before Scarif when he assisted a rebel mission on his homeworld. He specialized in providing cover fire with his U-wing mounted repeating ion blaster. Corporal Radma Madel was one of the reinforcements dropped off by Blue Squadron during the battle. Corporal Walia Timker was another member of the reinforcements. She was known for her ability to improvise fortifications on the battlefield, a skill which helped the ground forces hold out longer on the beach. Major Rallo Sorel flew as Red 11 during the battle. Before joining the rebellion, he was a stunt pilot in the Outer Rim. He was a wingmate of Red Leader. Lieutenant Nazo Natan flew as Red 9. He was originally a test pilot for the Corellian Engineering Corporation, a job he left when the Empire took over and demanded he test TIE fighters. He would also fly in the Battle of Yavin. Lieutenant Zal Dins was a member of the Tirfan Yellow Aces along with Jack Porkins. They transferred to Yavin together after the Empire destroyed the Tirfan base. Cadet Pedron Gall was Red 5. He was a transport pilot that helped fugitives escape the Empire until he was identified and forced to flee. He was killed above Scarif, and his call sign passed to Luke Skywalker soon after. Cadet Harb Binley was Red 7 and a new member of Red Squadron, but was noted for his skills in strafing runs. Captain Broan Danners flew as Green 10. He was a Y-Wing pilot on Dantooine that was transferred to the X-Wing Green Squadron. He was a close friend to Davish Krail in Gold Squadron. Lieutenant Wyon Dillams was Green 12. He grew up on a remote and primitive forest planet called Yelsane. Lieutenant Attico Red was Green 4. He was a TIE fighter pilot that defected after he refused to fire on an unarmed civilian vessel. Lieutenant Hef Tauber flew as Blue 8. He used to pilot transports, and his experiences made him the ideal choice to pilot a U-wing for the rebellion. He was known for his sense of humor and booming voice. Peril Ritta was Blue 12. He was from Generis and was normally a Y-Wing pilot. Jaldine Garams was a computer specialist that developed Starfighter simulators. She eagerly joined the Alliance and the chance to fly a real X-Wing. She flew as Blue 3 during the battle. Callum Graham was Blue 9. He was a search and rescue pilot on the planet Atrigia before joining the rebellion. Barry and Rayner was Blue 4. He served with General Merrick for 3 years before Scarif, and he personally wrote the X-Wing Combat Manual. Laren Joma, aka Blue 11, was a warrant officer before becoming a U-Wing pilot. She delivered reinforcements to the ground on Scarif and provided cover fire with Bistan. Farns Monsby flew as Blue 5. He was the only Starfighter pilot at a very poorly supplied rebel base on Cassadode 6 before joining the Yavin rebels. There were still more pilots and troopers that gave their lives to see the successful capture of the Death Star plans, but as of right now, the men and women mentioned in this video are the only ones covered in the Rogue One visual guide. That's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.